Chapter 1: The Crash. The storm raged over the Nevada desert, lightning splitting the sky like jagged fractures in glass. Ethan Cole gripped the steering wheel of his old pickup truck, squinting through the rain-smeared windshield. He shouldn't have been out here. Not tonight. Not with reports of military activity and strange lights over the desert. But when his brother, a conspiracy nut, had called him in a frenzy about a UFO crash, Ethan had reluctantly agreed to check it out. Just another wild goose chase, he thought. Then he saw it. A streak of fire tore through the clouds, slamming into the earth with a force that rattled his bones. The impact sent a shockwave through the desert, kicking up a wall of dust and debris. Ethan slammed on the brakes, his truck skidding to a halt. Heart pounding, he grabbed his flashlight and stepped out into the storm. The rain stung his skin, but he barely noticed. His light cut through the darkness, revealing a smoldering crater, and at its center a sleek metallic craft half buried in the sand. No way. Ethan approached cautiously, his boots sinking into the wet earth. The ship was unlike anything he'd ever seen. Smooth, almost organic in design, with strange glyphs glowing faintly along its hull. Then he heard it, a weak, gasping sound from inside. Someone was alive in there. With a grunt, he pried open a twisted hatch. The interior was dark, filled with smoke and the acrid scent of burning metal. And there, slumped against the wall, was a figure. Not human. It had to be a she, was slender, her skin a pale, shimmering blue, her long silver hair matted with something dark that might have been blood. Her eyes, large and luminous, snapped open as Ethan approached. They were violet with pupils like slits. She gasped, clutching her side, where a deep wound oozed an iridescent fluid. Ethan didn't think. He reached for her. She flinched, but when his hands closed around her arm, she didn't resist. He hauled her out of the wreck just as the ship groaned, its structure collapsing inward. "Hold on," he muttered, lifting her into his arms. She was lighter than he expected. Her breath was ragged as she looked up at him, her voice barely a whisper. "You saved me." Then her eyes rolled back and she went limp. Chapter 2: The Secret. Ethan didn't call the authorities. He carried her to his truck, wrapped her in an old blanket, and drove straight home. His cabin was isolated, far from prying eyes. If anyone came looking for that ship, he didn't want to be caught with her. Inside, he laid her on his couch, cleaning her wound as best he could. The fluid, her blood, glowed faintly under the light. Hours passed before she stirred. Her eyes fluttered open, scanning the room before locking onto him. She didn't speak at first, just watched him with an unsettling intensity. "Who are you?" Ethan finally asked. She hesitated, then spoke in a voice like wind chimes. "Zyara. Zyara," he repeated. "What were you doing out there? Running. From what?" Her fingers curled into fists. "The ones who hunt me." Ethan exhaled. This was insane. An alien. In his house. And she was being chased. Before he could ask more, she suddenly sat up, wincing. "They will come for the ship." "For me. You must hide it." Ethan frowned. "It's wrecked. Buried in sand. They will find it." She gripped his wrist, her touch cold but electric. "And when they do, they will trace its energy signature to you." A chill ran down his spine. Chapter 3: The Hunters. 2 days later, black SUVs rolled into town. Men in dark suits questioned locals about strange lights. Military helicopters circled the desert. Ethan watched from his window, his stomach tight. Zyara had recovered quickly. Too quickly. Her wound had closed within hours, her strength returning at an unnatural rate. She barely ate, only sipping water mixed with something she carried in a small vial. "They are close," she whispered that night, staring out at the stars. Ethan ran a hand through his hair. "Who are they?" "The Vathari. My people's enemies." She turned to him. "They hunt those like me, those who defy them." "Why?" Her gaze darkened. "Because of what I carry." Before he could ask, a sound outside made them both freeze. "Engines." A step. Zyara's eyes widened. "They're here." A fist pounded on the door. "Open up." "Federal agents." Ethan's pulse spiked. Zyara grabbed his arm. "There's no time. You must take it." "Take what?" She pressed a hand to her chest, and then impossibly her skin parted, revealing a small, pulsating crystal embedded just beneath. "My core. My power. If they take me, they will take this. And if they do, your world will fall." Ethan recoiled. "What the hell are you?" She didn't answer. Instead, she ripped the crystal free with a gasp of pain, and pressed it into his palm. "You saved my life, human. Now take what is rightfully yours." The door burst open. Chapter 4: The Choice. Men in black swarmed inside, guns raised. "Hands where we can see them." Ethan clenched the crystal. It burned, but he didn't let go. Zyara stood tall, her body flickering like a dying star. "Run," she whispered. Then she exploded in a burst of light. The force sent the agents flying, windows shattering, walls cracking. Ethan was thrown back, but the crystal in his hand pulsed, shielding him. When the light faded, Zyara was gone. The agents groaned, stirring. Ethan didn't wait. He ran. Into the night, into the desert, the crystal searing his skin with every step. He didn't understand what it was, what she'd given him, but he knew one thing. They would never stop hunting him now. And somehow, this was only the beginning. Final chapter: The Legacy. Weeks passed. Ethan disappeared. The men in black scoured the country, but he was gone, vanished like smoke. Rumors spread of a man with glowing eyes, of strange energy surges in remote places. Deep in the mountains, Ethan sat by a fire, the crystal now fused to his chest, humming with power. Zyara's voice echoed in his mind. "You are the keeper now. The last hope." He clenched his fists. Flames danced in his palms. Somewhere out there, the Vathari were coming. And when they arrived, he would be ready,